What a beautiful day out here in Western New York. Thanks for coming in. I'm Fitz, and those of you who have been watching my channel know that I really like this quad, the Tinyhawk 2 Freestyle. Normally, you fly these little suckers with 2S batteries if you really want to rip around, sometimes a 1S battery. But today, I'm really excited to test out this new experimental battery from Outcast Droneworks. This is a lithium ion pack, not lithium polymer. So it has a different chemistry to it and it performs a lot differently. Normally, lithium polymer batteries just can't put out as much amperage to keep a drone up in the air. This battery isn't meant for such a small device like the Tinyhawk 2, but I've tested it already and we did get it up in the air. So today, out here at my mom's house, we're going to fly around and see how long of a flight we can get out of this battery and the Tinyhawk. So come along and check it out with me. Normally, when you're flying the Tinyhawk, you like to use a small battery like this one, a 650 milliamp hour, 7.6 lithium high voltage. This little guy is normally great for flying the Tinyhawk Freestyle stock. We're not going to be doing that today. We are going to be experimenting with the Outcast Droneworks 3250 mAh lithium ion pack. This thing is really cool. It's surprisingly heavy. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised because that's normally what these lithium packs are like, but I think the Tinyhawk is going to have a tough time lifting this up in the air. So let's strap it in and see what happens. Hold everything. Before we fly, I want to fast forward to the future to show you how much this thing weighs. The Tinyhawk on its own weighs 56.7, give or take. With the battery that I normally use, it's about 84 grams. But with the Outcast high discharge lithium ion, the whole all-up weight of this machine is 160 grams. That is one heavy hawk. And you'll see how it flies in the flight footage. All right, enjoy. All right, so here it is. We're set up. We're in the gazebo. Let's fly the chunky hawk, heavy hawk. I like heavy hawk. Let's do it. Okay, keep your eye on the fly time at the top of the screen, and we're going to see how high up we can go. We're at 4.05 volts right now. I talked to Zoe, and she said that you can get these things up to 4.2 volts. I didn't really feel comfortable doing that right out of the gate, so we're just going to be doing... Wow, this thing is heavy. Look at the battery voltage just sipping away there. We're already at 3.8 volts. We've been flying for 20 seconds. And this thing is heavy. Wow. But it's smooth because of that heaviness. You're not getting blown around as much by the wind. So that's kind of cool. I'm just kind of keeping the throttle mid. I have two of these packs. This is one where we're just trying to see how far it'll go, how long it'll go, and will it drop out of the sky. I noticed that we're not getting the electrical current ratings up there on the top right, so that's a disappointment. That must not be set up correctly. After that initial spike, I'm noticing that the voltage is kind of leveling off. So that's pretty nice. Let's go up a little bit. Let's keep an eye on our RSSI as well. I'm using the Beta FPV Light Radio 2. It's a pretty nice little radio. It's only $40, and it has gotten me back into this hobby in a big way, and I'm really excited because of that. Just a beautiful flight over Mom's yard. Look at this awesome property. We are way up there. Hi, Amy. It's pretty cool. Wow, look at that voltage just stay right up there. We're at 3.6. We've been flying for 2.5 minutes now. That's great. I wonder what kind of amps we're pulling though. And I wonder if those motors are going to be really hot when they come back. Because this is heavy. And it is fighting quite a bit to stay aloft. These batteries aren't really meant for the Tinyhawk. Tinyhawk is just a little 2.5-inch quad. You want to be able to put this on something that can provide a little bit more lift. So maybe a 3-inch or a 4-inch. A really lightweight 4-inch I think is the sweet spot for these batteries. I have an idea for a really cool kind of micro long-range quad that I want to build. But we have to get some parts for that sucker. That sucker.
Bless you.
Great view up here. We're going to send a Mavic up here in a little bit, get some really nice shots. I really don't want to stress these batteries on the first flight. I don't want to stress the motors on the first flight, so we're just going to take it easy. It's okay. You can take it easy on your first flight. You don't have to rip it around. Fly the way you want to. Happy little flights. Isn't this relaxing? It was pretty interesting to see how fast the battery voltage fall off was right in the beginning. I really don't want to get stuck in a tree today. So let's fly back. Oh, I'm so glad I finally get to fly over here at Mom's house. Let's keep it steady, keep it smooth. I said steady and smooth. There we go. Okay, we are at 6 minutes. So this is usually the part where these batteries that I fly on the Tinyhawk are ready to be done. Bring it in and land it. I've also, usually when you're ripping it a little bit harder, with the 650 milliamp lithium high voltage, you can get sometimes 7 minutes out of it depending how hard you rip. We are at 3.45 volts right now on the lithium ion, so that's okay. I was hoping for a little bit more. We'll see how this voltage sags down. I can already tell that we're not as peppy as we were in the beginning, but that's okay. Oh, I see a little gap in these trees over here. I might have to hit that later. Let's go to the garden. Look at this garden. Where's the waterfall?
Corner of the house. There's white pom-poms there.
Beautiful place, Mom. Is it at the front right corner of the house? I'm not going to find it. My video feed is getting choppy. Who's that, a kitty cat? What is that? I saw a creature.
Right there, you just passed
Did you see a cat out there?
Yeah, some kind of creature on the ground.
Round.
it. Go straight right towards the end of those bushes. And you see good things on turn.
Right there. It's past it.
Kitty's looking at me. All right, we're going to go back in the air.
Oh, this round cat was looking at you.
Now, I was talking to Zoe FPV. She was telling me that she was able to get about 15 minutes out of these batteries. I wonder what her propeller setup was like, if it was any different from mine. I don't think we're going to be getting 15 minutes out of this thing. I'll have to ask her if she did anything different. Although we might. We've been flying for 2 minutes on just 0.1 volts, so that's pretty good. And we got about 0.4 left in the tank.
Go through the gazebo again.
I don't know if I want to go over here. Yeah, I don't think I want to go over here. There's not enough room for me to not get stuck in a tree, so we're going to go right over this tree.
You could go through the open.
Yeah, if I can find it. That's the hard part.
Let's go back to the track. Back to the left.
Well, the thing is, right now, I don't want to ruin my streak. I'm almost at 10 minutes. That's crazy. Now, yeah, we're not doing anything crazy on this flight, but I think that we don't really want to push the Tinyhawk too hard. It's already having a bad day today. We're putting it through its paces. And now that I've passed the 10-minute mark, my timer is flashing. That must be where the in beta flight where the warning is meant to go off. Warning! You've been flying for too long. Land now. Like I said earlier, I did go into beta flight and adjust the low voltage warnings to send off at 3.1 volts instead of the normal, I think it's 3.4? Still, I'm impressed that we're still going away. We're at 3.25 volts, almost 11 minutes. You know what? Maybe we will hit 15. That would be cool. I always wanted to fly over here. Oh, such a cool property.
Just fly around the top of the gazebo.
Hi, Amy.
That's where we're gonna end.
Oh, it really was.
Your hair is on.
Did you ask for?
No. Okay, so here's what happened. It was so heavy and saggy near the end there. I gave it throttle and it just didn't react. So, sorry, Amy. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Is your clothes okay?
Yeah. My hair is knotted. She has a...
My
my clothes.
microphone wasn't even on.
Now you gotta do it again.
Now we got to do it again. Okay, so for safety concerns, everyone probably wants to know what happened with Amy. We crashed the Tinyhawk flying with the Outcast Droneworks 2S 3250 milliamp hour lithium ion pack. And it hit Amy right here and here on the snoot and the side. Amy, are you okay?
I'm okay. Yeah, it didn't hurt. It just scared me because it hit me in my face. I think I have a teeny tiny itty bitty baby brush burn, but I'm not cut. It didn't rip this very sheer.
Ooh, that's a
clothing at all.
very nice cloak. We don't want to
So,
ruin the cloak.
I'm fine.
The trick is to disarm. Always have your finger on that disarm. Anything goes wrong, disarm it. It'll stop the propellers. It'll stop from damaging your sister. Don't damage your sister. Safety first. Okay, so after all of that, the decent flight and the highly irresponsible ending, I think we've learned two things. One is that no matter your experience, you need to be very careful flying around humans. I'm a novice, but I was used to this quad flying with LiPo batteries, not this heavier battery. So I really should have, really tested it out before flying around people. The other thing is that I think that these lithium-ion batteries are going to have a niche use. Maybe even a very popular use among micro quad flyers, because these micro quads offer a huge thrust to weight ratio where I think these heavier batteries might be able to fill that gap and really provide a really cool amount of use case where we're going to see major flight times emerge. Like 12 minutes will begin to be the norm if we see a lot of these being used. Anyway, that's all we have for the video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you around.